to let you know that I am going to be doing a fabulous show with all of these amazing pieces from Carroll's Jewelers. And in the meantime, I need to wait and make sure that Facebook kicks in, because it always lags behind for some reason. Those of you who have been following me before and been part of some of my shows, you already know that that's what happens. And I'm just hoping that I set this up correctly, because every time I do this, it is always an amazement that when Facebook works, and I do think it is working now. So I think that we're good. Anyway, welcome in and Happy New Year. I'm really glad you're here. Welcome to the very first show of the year for Carroll's Jewelers. We have an incredible show for you. But before we do, let's talk about New Year's, because to me, you know, although we've gone through New Year's and everybody says Happy New Year, the reality is that this can be, I think, one of the kind of saddest times of the year. And the reason for that is the fact that we've just gone through 5 weeks of parties and friends coming over and family being there and dinners and all of these great things. And all of a sudden, everyone's gone. Family's gone home. There are no parties to go to. And all of the decorations that we've had out for about 4 weeks, 5 weeks are now totally gone. So we're going into this area that I call the winter doldrums. But if you have a little extra holiday money, you are going to be absolutely blown away, because I have a show that is chock full of things for you that really are going to chase away those winter doldrums. And I think you are going to be absolutely thrilled with some of the great values. So let's get started with some of the pieces. I do see that Facebook is working now, and welcome in. Let me tell you a little bit about the platform first. If you are watching on Instagram, there is a number over my head. If you put that into the comments section, you will get a DM or a direct message, and that will allow you to shop and see everything in the show. If you're watching on Facebook, or if you're watching on, actually, I don't know if it happens on Facebook. I believe it may, but if you're watching on this platform, there are a couple of icons down the side. Those icons, if you look at the top one is a heart. If you like something I'm showing you, then hit the heart button. I'll know that you really like it. Also, there is a shop button. That shop button is your friend. And the reason for that is that if you don't have the full hour to spend with me, or you want to see everything all at once, or you say, hey, you're Michael, you're going too slow for me, hit the shop button. Everything will come up, and you'll be able to pick and choose everything that you are interested in seeing, and it will take you to the webpage. You'll get all kinds of great things. And I'm not going to go away. You'll still see me. I'll just drop to the bottom. And then if you click on my face again, what will happen is I will come back. Also, there are 3 little dots. Those 3 dots are sharing. So share some good times with your friends, share some information with your friends, and share some great values with your friends by clicking those 3 dots and sharing this on your Facebook. That would be great. And also, if you want to chat with me, down below, there is a chat button, not a chat button, there is a chat lozenge shape. So if you click that, just put in your name and we can have an ongoing conversation. So without further ado, let me get into some of the pieces that I have in this evening's show, because we have so many beautiful things to show you. The first one is a pair of what we're calling ginkgo earrings. I'm going to bring them up here so that you can see. They are absolutely incredible. What you're looking at here are sterling silver earrings that are plated in platinum. Now, platinum, if you've been shopping with me, you know that platinum is one of the rarest gems, one of the rarest metals in the world. They always say that for every, if you melted all of the gold in the world and put it into Olympic-sized swimming pools, you would have enough for 4 Olympic-sized swimming pools. But if you took all of the platinum in the world and melted it down, you would have only enough to fill up to your ankles in 1. So that's how rare platinum is. It is something that it is naturally white. It is done over sterling silver, which is also a naturally white metal. Now, these earrings here, I'm going to see if I can, I hope this is a really good shot here. These earrings here are regularly $295, but for this show, they are $225. I didn't tell you, by the way, almost all of this show, except for one piece, is under $1,000. So again, holiday money, now's a great time to get some of the great values. So I want to point out a little bit about these. As I said, these are sterling silver. They're platinum plated. This is all beautiful enamel. This is CZ that you're seeing here, the little sparkles. This is all beautiful enamel. The gold work here is enamel. The green is enamel. This is an inlay of mother of pearl, which is really, really beautiful. And this is a special type of enamel. This is called guilloche. Guilloche is a French word. A lot of people in this country will call it guilloche or guilloche or whatever. I don't even know. But guilloche is a very special type of enamel. It's been around for about a century. It was really perfected by artists like Fabergé. And what it is, and I'm hoping you can see this, that the silver underneath, the metal underneath is actually lathed and they carve into the metal. I think you can kind of see that in the green right here. What happens is that once they carve into it, it forms a series of highs and lows. Then they put this beautiful Italian enamel over the top. And what it does, the enamel is translucent. So in the areas that are deeper, those valleys that they've carved out, it is a deeper color green. And in the areas that are highlighted, it is less of a color. Michelle says, love the movement look, love the movement look in this structured piece. Michelle, you are absolutely right. Look at these. Incredible, incredible earrings, left or right, and you could actually put them with the gold enamel on the outside, or you could put them in the reverse. And this piece here, again, this is mother of pearl, guilloche enamel. These are $225. They're calling them a ginkgo leaf earring because the ginkgo plant is actually known for its fan-shaped leaves. And so this is a ginkgo leaf in that beautiful, distinctive fan shape. Italian enamel, CZ here, sterling silver, platinum plated, and an incredible, incredible earring. Post and butterfly closure, and I want you to see the back because these are very, very generous backs. What that means to you is when you put these in your ear, not only is that extra back, that extra width here going to actually hold the earring up on your ear so your earring is not going to be flipping over like this, but it's going to be easy to get on and off. None of those little tiny butterflies. Jane says they would look beautiful with just about anybody. You are absolutely right. I think the way the shape is here, I think that they would go with almost every face shape. I think that they are a fun earring if you wanted to just wear earrings out for fun. If you have any of the, the Pantone color of the year, which is kind of like a off-white color. It's a white color. This would go beautifully with it because this could be your pop of color. This could be the way you express yourself or bring in some color in your wardrobe. However, if you also had gold jewelry, this yellow enamel is going to allow you to mix the gold jewelry with, I think, almost anything. And they do have that kind of almost a two-tone feel. So I think you're going to get a lot of wear out of these. These have beautiful, let me just tell you the length, something I did not look at earlier. So these are approximately an inch in length. So you've got a tremendous amount of movement here. You've got a little bit of a drop. It falls just below the jawline, which is going to be very elongating to the face. And before I put this down, Jane says, think Mardi Gras colors. I don't know, Jane. Are Mardi Gras colors green and gold? I never knew that. But if you say that is true, I will take your word. I am going to bring up the next piece here so that you can see this. And this is the matching ring for that. So the earrings are $225. The ring is $225. So if you like that idea of having a complete set, if you wanted to buy both of these together, the total here would be $450. Jay said, and purple. Okay, so green, gold, and purple. That's very interesting. Now that you say it, I kind of think I remember seeing a lot of those colors in Mardi Gras pictures and things like that. But thank you for that information. So let me put down the earrings right now, and then we will move on to the ring. And again, anything that you want, if you want to just click on that icon that's above my head, or sometimes it's below, just click on the icon. It will take you to the website page, and it'll get all of the other information that I may not be able to give you on it. So let's put this down, and we will bring up the ring here. Also a ginkgo ring. So I'm going to put these down for a second so I can concentrate on the ring. The ring has a beautiful feel to it. It is so incredibly made. I'm hoping that you can see some of this detail work with the mother of pearl inlay here, the beautiful guilloche enamel here, the CZs going through here as little accents. On either side, you see the sterling silver. I want to show you the back of this. Somebody is loving this, so thank you for whoever is sending me those hearts. I want to show you the back of this because I always say that you can see the quality of a piece by the way it's constructed on the back. This has some beautiful kind of a back plate here. It has some pattern to it. That back plate means that this is going to be an extremely comfortable ring to wear, even though it is fairly wide across the top. It measures across the top 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6/8 of an inch across the top. And of course, it does taper down. So if you are somebody who is afraid of a larger, more bold ring, this is a great ring for you. Why? Because it does taper down, which means that when you wear this on your finger, the taper will allow your finger to move and breathe beautifully. Also, that back plate on very, very hot days, if your fingers, you say, oh, well, you know, underneath my rings, oftentimes I feel kind of like it gets a little perspiration or whatever. That will actually create a little bit of air. So this is going to be an extremely comfortable ring for you to wear. Again, you've got the beautiful ginkgo leaves here, all done in this guilloche enamel. That guilloche enamel, as I said, was very popular during the 1800s, perfected by Fabergé, who was if you don't know about Fabergé, you really need to learn about Fabergé. Fabergé was responsible for a tremendous amount of jewelry to the Russian nobility, to the English nobility, and he really perfected this whole idea of guilloche. Julia says, Happy New Year. Happy New Year, Julia. Thank you for being with us this evening. I hope something catches your eye, and I'm hoping that you got a little extra holiday money so you can share in the great values. So I'm going to put these back together so you can actually see how beautiful this is. Let me just see if I can do this a little bit better. There you go. Now you see two of them. Now the set is $450. You do not have to buy the set. If you want to just click on the shop button, you can look at the earrings separately. The earrings are $225. The ring is $225. You can buy them separately if you like, or you can buy them together if you love that idea of wearing a complete set. I am going to put this down, and we are going to move on to the next piece in the show. And that is, let's see. That is a gorgeous, gorgeous dangle earring. So let me just see if I can't give myself a little bit of extra room here. Okay, so last call on this. Just beautiful earrings. Again, if I'm going too fast or you missed part of the presentation, hit the shop button. You'll be able to see everything in the show. And again, one last time on this, somebody is really loving this. So thank you for those hearts, whoever is sending them. I think that it is an incredible, incredible set. By the way, I also didn't tell you a little bit about Carroll's Jewelers, who I am doing this show for. Carroll's Jewelers has been around for almost a century. So when you think about that, think about all of the stores that have come and gone, and all of the stores that really have created a tremendous amount of great reputation. That's what you want when you're looking for a jeweler. And Carroll's Jewelers is right here in Fort Lauderdale. As I say, almost a century old and over 60 years in their current location. It's a family-owned business, so they are truly that steadfast jeweler, that traditional jeweler, that jeweler literally that is known from Palm Beach all the way down to Miami, all the best places. Not that that's the only best places, but some of the best places, at least in Florida. Okay, so now let's talk about these earrings. These are a beautiful set of earrings. These are $243. The item number here is 6451357. What you're looking at here is sterling silver. These are all freshwater pearls. Look at this tassel. Tassels are something that are truly a fashion statement right now. People are designing in tassels. I think tassels are a truly beautiful look. They give you all of that great movement. These are all individual. You can see all of these individual cultured freshwater pearls here. Beautifully done. And look at the way each of these has this gorgeous kind of like almost like an end cap. The top has almost a Balinese kind of feel to it. These are probably made in Bali, judging from the design. They have a fish hook back, and that fish hook back means that they are going to be extremely easy for you to get on. You see how I did that? You just take them, slide them in, and because that fish hook is a little bit longer on the back, they are going to be safe in your ear. Some people, I know, if they don't feel comfortable with fish hooks, what they do is sometimes they get a little plastic piece here, and you could put a butterfly back on that. You could actually put a little bit of a plastic piece on here to guard them, but these are going to be very, very safe. I love the fact that they have that long dramatic feel. They measure 2¼ inches in length. So let me show you that on the ruler. 2¼ inch, so you're getting all of that long dramatic feel. And again, that kind of long earring that falls off of the ear is really going to be elongating to the neck, because it's going to be something that really, the idea or the perception of a long neck really comes from the bottom of the earring to your shoulder. So if there's a little space there, it's going to be very elongating to the neck. Michelle said, are they heavy? They are not heavy, Michelle. Actually, these happen to have an incredible weight to them. When I say that, I'm talking about they're not going to weigh your ear down. They are going to be nice and light. These are not going to be that earring that you put on in the morning and then by noon you're wanting to take them off because they're heavy. These have a beautiful weight to them. They are luxurious. I think that they are a little bit of fun. What you're looking at again is you're looking at sterling silver. You're also looking at freshwater pearls. And again, this gorgeous Balinese kind of design. I'm hoping that you can maybe see this if I move it really, really close. There you go. I hope that is a good shot for you. And that Balinese design continues all the way up the front. So it is truly a very elegant earring. And again, to your point, Michelle, not heavy at all, just extremely elegant, very rich looking, very elongating. So if you are somebody who likes to have a little bit of drama in their ear and you like that the idea of a chandelier style, but oftentimes those chandeliers can drag your ears down. They're going to be very heavy. This is not going to be heavy at all. You have those beautiful freshwater pearls here done with sterling silver. Jane said perfect for the pool. Actually, Jane, I would tell you it's never a good idea to wear your pearls into a pool, whether that is a chlorinated pool or is it a saltwater pool. And the reason for that is that the chlorine or the salt can damage the pearls. I will tell you that pearls don't require a tremendous amount of care, but because they are organic in nature, you don't want anything to eat at them. So you never want to put like a cleaner on them, like a Windex or something, because it will eat the pearl. These are organic. The way a pearl is made is that there's a nucleus inserted into a mollusk, and the mollusk actually covers that nucleus with nacre, which is the natural kind of it creates it softens the irritant, if you will, and it creates that beautiful pearl, and that's what a pearl is. So it's very, very organic, and you don't want to damage them. I am going to put these down, but before I do, I want to bring in the next piece, because this could be a matching set. If you love the idea of tassels, if you love the idea of drama, that special kind of piece, and as I said, tassels happen to be something that are extremely popular, extremely fashionable right now. If you look in all of those high-end stores, a lot of them will have tassel designed jewelry, tassels on so many different things, because they are an extremely popular fashion item right now. I'm going to put the earrings down. but know that they do come together, or not come together, but you can purchase them together. And I am going to bring up the next piece. The next piece is the necklace that matches this. And this is a special type of necklace. This is not just a standard necklace. This is a lariat style. What that means to you is first of all, the lariat itself is about 30 inches in length. So you have so many different ways that you can wear this. So for example, you see how I've done it here. This is done just simply by doubling the chain like this, and literally sliding it through to create that look. Whoops, here we go. Or you can also just simply tie it around your neck, and then that way you can create the look that you want, and you can put the tassels at any size. So it's very easy to put on, very elegant. It does have that gorgeous, gorgeous feel to it. This is sterling silver. These are all beautiful freshwater pearls here. And again, the Balinese caps on this. This is item number 6001953. And the price here is $475. This is actually a tremendous value because in the store, it is $543. So $475, what that represents is about approximately a 10% off. Beautiful freshwater pearls that are not just on the tassels, but they actually go around the entire chain. You see that the pearls going all of the way around. So you have all of these freshwater pearls. I also want to point out to you how the chain works. You have two small links, one larger link. These are all polished. Your freshwater colored pearl, then two smaller links, and the larger link in the center. And again, 30 inches, so which allows you to truly create something that is unique and unusual. If you wanted to wear this as a bracelet, you could probably also do that simply by wrapping it around your wrist to the desired length, and then sliding the two tassels through the end, and then you would flip this up so that you would have the tassels over your hand like this. So I think that this could be a very beautiful bracelet. I love it as a necklace. I think that lariats give you that tremendous amount of play. They're also something that, because they are unusual, I think you're not going to see yourself coming and going. And I think that this makes a nice look, whether you're wearing it in the V of a blouse, or whether you're wearing it around the outside, perhaps if you live in a cooler area of the country, you're wearing it around the outside of a turtleneck, for example. But a beautiful piece. Remember, these are sterling silver, all freshwater cultured pearls, 30 inches in length. You are your own designer here. You can literally put this on and tie it a couple of different times, tie it a couple of different ways, and you have created your own signature look. I think is very, very elegant. And then when you partner that with the matching earrings, so the earrings I showed you earlier were $243. This is $475, and the necklace is 10% off. So if you put those together, the set would be $718. So look at this, very elegant look. I think that it is one of those pieces that it's going to be a go anywhere piece. Dress it up, dress it down. If you wanted to layer things inside the lariat or outside of the lariat, you could absolutely do it. Very easy to get on and off. You watched how I did that. You could actually tie it up further to your neck. You could tie this into a knot if you wanted. So you would have the knot up here and the tassels falling down. So many things that you can do with this. This is truly one of those pieces that I think sets you apart in your wardrobe. It's one of those pieces that if you love the drama of jewelry, if you love to create your own signature look and you don't want the look that everybody else has, this is definitely going to be one of those pieces. Michelle said this is fun. I think it's a tremendous amount of fun, Michelle, and it's something that As I say, you're not going to see yourself coming and going. You know that you see people all the time. They're wearing the cross, they're wearing the solitaire, they're wearing, but this is something you don't see very often. It's quite unusual. And again, for $475, which is 10% off of the price of $543, an incredible value. And then when you put that with the earrings, if you love the idea of creating a look that is totally matched like this, the set, $718. And again, just click on the icon there that is above my head, or click the shop button, and the shop button will literally take you to see everything that is in the show. So I'm going to put this down now. One last look, and again, item number 6001953, $475, which is 10% off of the original price of $543, and 30 inches, freshwater culture pearls, sterling silver. It is one of those pieces that is going to be, I think, a unique and unusual piece that you can hand down for many, many generations. So let me put this down, and we will move on to the next piece. Now, if you love the idea of birthstones, the next piece is the birthstone for February. Julian said, would you wear these to dinner or during the day? Actually, Julian, I think that you could wear those pretty much any time of the day or evening. If you are somebody, I like to be, often during the day, I do like to be a little bit more dressed. Some people only see me in my shorts. But I do like to be a little bit more dressed. So I think that this would go pretty much either way, depending upon your particular style, the look that you wanted to create. So I think it would be perfect for daytime wear, or I think it would be perfect for evening. I think if you wanted to create a dramatic look, whether it's day or evening, it's going to be perfect. So let's move on to the next piece, which is a beautiful amethyst ring. And here it is. And here it is. Now, I love amethyst. Amethyst happens to be the birthstone for February. So if you know somebody in February, this is a great piece for them. Jane pointed out earlier that purple is also a color for Mardi Gras. So if you wanted to be Mardi Gras specific, there you go. You've got your green, gold, and your purple. This is a beautiful ring. And what I do love about this particular ring, I'm going to show it to you very, very close. I hope that you can see this. This is, as I say, this is a amethyst. Lost my train of thought for a second. The problem with getting old, losing your train of thought. So this is all amethyst. You've got 7 amethysts across the top. The ring is actually an estate piece. It is a size 6. Amethyst, in case you don't know about amethyst, as I told you, it is the birthstone for February. It is a member of the quartz family, and it is a 7 on the Mohs hardness scale. So it is a ring, it is a gemstone that will actually stand the test of time, stand wear in a situation like this. So this could really be your signature piece. It could be a great wedding band. If you wanted to give somebody an anniversary gift and your anniversary is in February, or you proposed in February, or February is a month that you want to remember, then this would be a beautiful anniversary piece. I also love this style ring because it allows you to truly mix and match it with other things in your wardrobe. So it has a flat side, so it gives you the opportunity to wear it as a wedding band if you want, as an anniversary. As a matter of fact, these 2 pieces are coming up later on in the show, actually right after this. So I'm going to kind of play with these a little together so that you can actually see how beautiful this would look if you were wearing it in conjunction with your other anniversary rings. So these are coming up a little bit later, but right now we are talking about the amethyst ring here. There are 7 amethysts across the top. The amethysts are each oval cut, which makes them a little bit more on the unusual side. And it is set into 14 karat yellow gold. As I said, the size here is a 6. If you needed a different size, even though it is an estate piece, the fact is that Carroll's Jewelers could size it up or down for you so that it would fit your finger. But at the moment, the current size is 6. As I said, this is an amethyst. These are 7 amethysts, and the total carat weight here is approximately a carat 40. So you've got 7 amethysts. So roughly, if my math is correct, and it usually is not, so don't quote me on this, they're probably about 20 points each. So a nice size each stone, and certainly a nice carat weight total weight. You've got 7 amethysts going across the top. And the other thing about a ring like this is this is my personal opinion, I am not fond of rings where the stones go all the way around. And the reason for that is that oftentimes when there's stones on the bottom, as you go to grab things or even put your hand on a banister or whatever, the fact is that those stones, even diamonds, can get chipped. What I love about this ring is that the stones are all concentrated on the top. Why do you want to pay for stones that are hidden underneath, especially when they have the ability to become damaged? So these are all across the top, but they do go finger to finger. And again, what I love about that is that when someone goes to shake your hand, this is going to be an extremely comfortable ring because the stones don't go all the way down to the side, mainly concentrated on the top, which is exactly where you want them. I'm going to show them to you again in between those 2 bands that are coming up, because I really want you to see that this is something that you can really create your own look with. If you have 2 eternity bands, if you have 2 rings that you wanted to, there we go. If you wanted to put a ring on either side and dress it up, if you wanted to take this and put it next to your wedding band because you didn't want to wear your engagement ring, gives you that little bit of extra sparkle. And Julian asked if it can be sized. It can be sized, Julian. As I said, just speak to them at Carroll's Jewelers. All you need to do is call the Carroll's Jewelers number or click the link below. It will give you the contact information for Carroll's Jewelers, but it definitely can be sized to fit. The price on this is $540, in case I didn't tell you earlier. And I also want to show you a little bit of the gallery work here, because these do sit up beautifully, not too high. So the profile is nice, but you see there you go. You see the sides of the stones, beautifully done, not too high. The profile is going to be extremely comfortable for you to wear. They're going to be, again, extremely comfortable for you to wear as by itself, or fit it up against another ring that you have, fit it up against your wedding band, or sandwich it in between 2 of the 2 eternity bands, and you have a totally different look. That's what I love about rings like this, is that you can create your own look. Oftentimes, I don't know if you know, I know so many jewelry designers, and jewelry designers, oftentimes what their wives do, they don't have just 1 wedding band. They have 5 and 6 and 7 and 8, all like this, and they mix it, match it, and they just really create their own unique look every single day. So each ring has a special meaning. So I just love that idea. I am going to take this down, and we're going to move on to the next pieces. The next pieces are actually the 2 eternity bands that I have for you. Now, I'm going to talk about this one in particular. I'm going to leave these here because I'm going to probably continue to play. So this one here is 14 karat yellow gold. You're looking at 18 points of diamonds. These are lab-grown diamonds. If you're not familiar with lab-grown diamonds, they are diamonds. They are real diamonds. The only point of difference between a lab-grown diamond and a mined diamond is their point of origin. One of them was mined out of the earth, and the other one was created in a lab. The benefit is that you didn't have to wait, because a natural diamond is probably the oldest thing you will ever own, the oldest thing you will ever hold in your hand. But here, these, we don't have to wait for them, so you get tremendous value. This ring here that you're looking at here is retail $720. For this show is $540. Remember, if you have that holiday money and you would love to have a ring that you can wear every single day, that you can mix and match with other rings, you can absolutely take advantage of this, because it's an approximately 25% off, $540 this evening, as opposed to a regular retail price of $720. 18 points of diamonds. And as I said, they are lab grown. But what you're also getting is very good quality diamonds. When you have a lab grown diamond, they come in the same qualities as mined diamonds. And these are EF in color, which is colorless. It's classified as colorless. From a quality standpoint, these are VS1. VS1 in quality. What that means is, just like the diamonds that are taken out of the earth, there are some small inclusions in these diamonds. However, they are very, very slight. If you know the grading scale, you've got flawless, you've got internally flawless, you've got VVS, and then you have VS. These are VS1 stones. They are EF in color, which is colorless, and you have 18 points for $540. The ring itself is done in 14 karat yellow gold. You can also see, while I'm holding it up like this, the fact is that the profile is very nice, so it's not going to be too high. You're getting the sparkle, I hope, from the diamonds right here. If I move my face out of that shot, it might help. So you're getting great sparkle. These are all round. Now I'm going to put this down and we're going to talk about the other one that I have in the show, which is the white version. So this one here was 14 karat yellow gold. The one I'm going to talk about now is 14 karat white gold. And that is this one here. So you see them side by side. This is also $540. You're getting approximately 18 points total carat weight. These are lab-grown diamonds done in 14 karat yellow gold. 14 karat white gold in this case. It's just the one I put up. $540. The saving on this one is just a little bit over 25% because the retail on this in the store is $780. So you're getting two beautiful rings. Your choice, $540, approximate saving of 25%, more or less. And these are a size 7 currently. They can be sized or they can be ordered in your size very easily. And as I said, if you wanted to wear them together, you could. If you wanted to purchase them together and to have that opportunity to mix and match, that is $1,080 for both of them. What you're getting here is 15 points approximately 15 points in the 14 karat white ring, and in the 14 karat yellow ring, you're getting approximately 18 points. So beautiful rings. Again, perfect for an anniversary style, perfect for an engagement ring, for a wedding band, pardon me, or perfect for mixing and matching with your other pieces. Luke says that he loves it, and I do too. And again, I just love the idea that you can truly become your own jewelry designer and mix and match these rings at your leisure, whether you're framing something or if you're also deciding that maybe perhaps you have an engagement ring that is rather large on your hand, or the stone is large or the top is large and it flips over and you're worried about perhaps losing it. This is a perfect little guard ring. Michelle says that she loves these. And again, I totally agree. I totally agree with Luke. I totally agree with Michelle. These are rings that are heirloom quality pieces. You are not paying the price for an earth mined diamond. You're getting incredible value here, whether you choose the yellow gold or whether you choose the white gold. 540, 15 points in the white gold, approximately 18 points in the yellow gold. Both of them EF in color and VS1 in quality. And again, these are also a size 7. I'm going to put the amethyst ring down because you have gotten the idea hopefully by now. So both of these are a size 7. Again, you can order, Carroll's Jewelers can order your size, or they can have these sized to fit you. The white gold, again, one last time, is $195,350, $540, representing a 25% off of the normal retail of $780. The yellow gold one, which is on toward my knuckle here, $540. The item number is 195,390. 195393, and 18 points of beautiful lab-grown diamonds. Look at this. I just love the fact that you can pretty much do whatever you want with these kind of rings. I am going to put these down, and we are going to move to the next ring. Remember, hit the next piece. So hit that shop button, because literally I have so many pieces in the show, and take a look through. You can scroll through and have a look at all of the pieces in the show, but hit that shop button. It'll take you to the page. I won't go anywhere. I'll just diminish down to the bottom, and when you're ready for me to come back, you just click on me and I will come back. But take advantage of these values, because again, $540 for a ring, whether you choose the yellow or white, is an incredible value. Now, if you like drama, if you really love that bit to make that big, bold statement, here is a pair of earrings that is going to help you do that. I think these earrings take the idea of a hoop and truly kick it up a notch. These are Italian made, and you've heard me say before, nobody does gold jewelry like the Italians. The Italians have been doing gold jewelry for centuries, and they have mastered it. They've perfected it. These have a beautiful, rich gold color. They are 14 karat yellow gold. They have a beautiful drop to them. They are hoops, but they are a twisted hoop. I'm going to turn this to the side so that you can see. Totally twisted, and also kind of sounds funny, totally twisted. And they have a saddle back. What that means is that these are going to be extremely easy for you to get on. A lot of times hoops have a back that requires you to feed it into the tubing of the other one. These do not. These are a saddle back. So what you see is this little bit of almost like an omega. Let me see if I can't get my finger in there so you can see. They're almost like an omega shape, and literally that post just clips right into that omega. You can actually hear it clip. You can hear it click, and that means that these are going to be extremely safe. But more importantly, they're going to be extremely easy to get on and off of your ear. And I think it was Michelle, I think you asked earlier about the weight of earrings. One of the things that you should know, this is an incredibly bold look. Fabulous. Look at that. Really gorgeous, that true Italian. This is kind of like what you see on those ladies who lunch, who have that really expensive jewelry from Italy. This is a 2-inch length. I'm going to show you this. So this is truly, truly a dramatic kind of feel. 2 inches in length, top to bottom. They are 3/4 of an inch side to side. These are truly that bold designer kind of feel, that true Italian kind of feel that you think about in your high jewelry item. Whoever is sending those hearts, they absolutely love these. I think that these are an incredible, incredible look. I don't know if I talked to you about the price. The price of these are 14 karat yellow gold, and the price here is $854. Beautiful, Italian made, beautiful saddlebacks, going to be very easy to get on. And Michelle says these are very, very cool. And Julian just asked about the weight. Julian, these are not heavy. These have that true gold kind of weight to them, so you can feel that they're gold. But again, very comfortable to wear. These are not the type of earrings that you put on at 9 in the morning and then you have to take off at noon, because these are the earrings that are going to go with you day in, day out, from the morning all the way to the evening. And I always say that earrings such as this, like hoops like this, are the workhorse of every woman's wardrobe. If you want to build an earring wardrobe that truly has a little bit of everything, this is one of the staple pieces that you need in your wardrobe. That really great pair of hoops that is going to be a go anywhere pair of hoops that go to the gym, go for lunch with the girls, go to lunch with friends, go out to dinner, get dressed up in the evening. This is truly that earring. These are noticeable, and against if you have long hair, these are going to be incredibly beautiful with the hair in the back, but also they're going to truly, if you have short hair, they're going to make a gorgeous statement piece. 14 karat yellow gold, sleek, modern silhouette, totally unusual. And again, things that you do not see other people in. You will not see yourself coming and going. This is going to be a piece that truly is going to be kind of like a signature piece. Like the lariat, this is something that not everybody has. A lot of people have hoops. How few people have this kind of a hoop that comes down to a point and also has a saddleback. I will also tell you that because of the way this is shaped, I love this on almost every face shape, because your face, most people have an oval shaped face, which means that it comes down to a point here and it's very broad here. Because this earring is narrower on top and then comes around, even though it does have this little bit of a point, I think it's going to be extremely flattering for most face shapes. Truly a beautiful pair of earrings, something that I think is going to be, again, a signature piece. And again, Italians make gold like nobody else. They've been doing it for centuries. These are Italian made. These are done with tubing, so they are not extremely heavy, to Julian's point. These are an earring that is going to be very easy on and off. And when you think about the price of gold, by the way, they say that the price of gold is going to go even higher than it has already. Now, nobody can forecast that 100%, but the jewelry forecasters do say that if you want to buy gold, now is the time to buy gold, because basically it is going to go even higher in future. So this is really not only I'm not going to tell you that jewelry is ever an investment for you. The investment in jewelry is truly in its beauty, its durability, its wearability, and the legacy factor, because these are those earrings that you will be able to hand down to future generations, hand down to your daughter, hand down to your granddaughter, to really always remember you by. I'm going to put these down and we can move on to the next piece. We've got a few more pieces to go in the show, but don't forget about these. The next piece is a stunning, stunning pendant. And this is also an estate piece. And it's also truly unusual because what you are getting here is an amethyst that is an unusual cut. You can see here, I love the sparkle of amethyst. Amethyst is, again, a member of the quartz family. It is a 7 on the Mohs hardness scale. This cut here is almost like a little bit of a radiant cut. I think that they would call this a stepped cut, not a stepped cut, a mixed cut. So the amethyst pendant here, let's just concentrate for now on the amethyst alone, and then I'm going to talk about the chain because they do come separately. So the amethyst pendant is done in 14 karat yellow gold. The amethyst itself is approximately 6 3/4 carats, 6 carats, 75 points. It measures a 1/2 inch long, and it measures across 3/8 of an inch wide. Robin says that this is very pretty. I really do think that this is pretty. I'm going to show you the side of this so that you can see how the amethyst is set. It is set up nicely. I want to also show you the back. So it's open so that it gets a lot of light, and that's what is going to create this gorgeous kind of sparkle that you're seeing from this amethyst. A member of the quartz family. I really do love amethyst. By the way, the amethyst, the color of an amethyst usually comes from the presence of iron in the soil, but I think it is one of the most regal of the gemstones. It is, I think it's also, it may, don't quote me on this, but it may also be known as the bishop's stone because of that regal kind of feel to it. I just particularly love this one. Now the pendant is $540. You're getting a 6 carat, 75 point amethyst, 1 inch in length and 3/8 of an inch in width, $540 set into 14 karat gold. And it is that beautiful, unusual cut that's going to give you a tremendous amount of sparkle. I'm going to take it off of this so that we can talk now about the chain. The chain is separate here. So the chain is a gorgeous rope chain. It is 14 karat yellow gold. It is 16 inches in length, which means that it's going to sit right here on you. So, and also, let's go back to the pendant. I do want to show you the bail here. So again, because these don't come separately, you do not have to buy them. I mean, because these are separate, you do not have to buy them together. You can buy them separately. The bail here is large enough that is going to fit most chains that you have. It will not fit like an Omega style chain, but this is a beautiful rope style chain. Very, very delicate. I hope you can see the rope here. 14 karat yellow gold, 16 inches. You can actually see, and I always encourage people to look at the back, because this is going to be the stamp that says that it is actually what we say it is. 14 karat yellow gold. Beautiful rope chain sitting just here. Very elegant. I think that this is truly that beautiful piece. And again, don't forget that amethyst is the birthstone for February. So if you love the idea of an amethyst, if you know somebody who is born in February, if you are born in February and you have a little bit of extra holiday money, now's the opportunity to take advantage of this particular piece. The pendant, as I said, is $540. It is separate from the chain. The chain is $420. So total, that is $960 total. That is less than $1,000, and you get this beautiful, high quality, beautiful amethyst, all done in 14 karat yellow gold with the chain. You get that home total for $960. But if you wanted to buy the pendant separately, you can do so. $540 for the pendant. Gorgeous, gorgeous piece. But I am going to move on because I have two more pieces that I want to get to in this show. Let me take this down and let's move on to you know what? Here was the rope chain, by the way. So if you did not hit shop and you wanted to just inquire about the rope chain, hit this icon here or hit the shop button and you'll be able to inquire about both of them. But they are sold separately. Again, the chain is $420. It is a rope chain, 16 inches, 14 karat yellow gold. The pendant is a gorgeous amethyst, 6 3/4 carats approximately, for $540, and a beautiful cut on that. So let's take the chain down now, and we will go on to the next item. So here we are in January. For those of you who love the idea of a birthstone, what you might want to consider is a beautiful garnet ring. This is a gorgeous almandine garnet. It is beautifully done. I'm just going to give you a little bit of a tour here. The item number here is, whoops, I didn't move my notes. The item number here is 200361. Garnets are something that have really they've been around and in use since the Stone Age. Excuse me. They are one of the oldest gemstones to be used. They are a silicate mineral, and they have a hardness of about 6.5, 7.5. So they really are going to be very easy to wear on a regular basis. You can see the rich. This is an almandine garnet, so you can see that rich red color in the as I turn it like this. You can see how beautifully faceted this is. This almandine garnet has slight overtones of kind of like a burgundy. So I'm thinking about, like, if you love port wine, this is that gorgeous port wine color. Michelle says that this is so elegant. And I absolutely agree. I love the way the ring is done. Take my face out of there so you can get a true look. Look at the colors out of the, let's talk about the garnet a little bit more, because garnet actually has, and this is one of the reasons why garnet is I think so popular, because not only is it a stone that can be worn every single day because of the hardness, but it has a superior refractive index, and that superior refractive index really creates that gorgeous sparkle. It's a vitreous stone, and what that means, it's like glass. It has that glass-like feel to it, but it has a gorgeous, gorgeous color. Again, they've been used since like the Bronze Age in jewelry. They were very, very popular during the Victorian era, garnet jewelry, and I just love the idea of garnets. I just love the superior refractive index of a garnet. And this particular ring is so beautiful because, let me put it on this so I can actually show you, give you a tour with my face out of here. This is, you have a 1 carat garnet in the center here. You have 25 points of diamonds around and down the shank. This is the garnet, actually the top of it measures 1/4 of an inch by 1/4 of an inch. So it is a nice size. I love the halo because it is I think the diamonds around the outside combined with the rich, beautiful color, the port wine color of the almandine garnet is truly beautiful. The size here is 6 3/4. It can be sized. So all you really need to do, Justin wants to know, how easily does a garnet scratch? It will not scratch that easily, Julian, because it does have that hardness scale. The Mohs hardness scale measures everything from what they call talc, the like talcum powder, basically, all the way through to diamond. Talc is 1 and diamond is 10. So when you have something like this, 6.5 to 7.5, that is a pretty darn hard stone. It's not going to scratch easily. It's going to be something that can be worn every single day. As a matter of fact, if you look at any of the Victorian pieces, you know that basically, it has to really, you've got to really mistreat it in order for it to scratch. And I would tell you that you should always make sure that your jewelry is well cared for and well stored, but it's not going to be an easily scratched stone whatsoever. It is a beautiful piece. The price here is $927. It is done in 14 karat yellow gold. You've got 25 points of diamonds. You have a 1 carat garnet in the center, a beautiful almandine garnet. Look at the color here. Again, superior refractive index really allows this to sparkle. It may, on my monitor here, it actually looks slightly more red than it is. It really has, truly, if I'm looking at it and I'm going to tell you the color, everybody's monitor is going to be a little bit different, but it does have that port wine. If you're familiar with port wine or a burgundy, it really has that kind of color. And again, you can see the sparkle, you can see the superior refractive index on this. I'm going to take this down and we are going to move to the last item in the show, which is a gorgeous signet. But it's not just any signet. It is a signet ring that really has, I think, an unusual and unique quality to it. And that's because it has this unusual pattern of diamonds in it. And I love this because it does give you that traditional look of a signet ring, but you're also getting approximately 50 points. Let me get my face out of there. Actually, let me see if I can do it this way. 50 points of diamonds. And there you go. Look at that. Look at the sparkle. 50 points of diamonds done in 14 karat yellow gold. These are all flush set. So you know that very, very fancy store on Fifth Avenue has this collection, they call it the French word for stars. This is kind of like that. The flush set means that these are going to be extremely secure. You're going to be able to wear these every single... actually, Robin, yes, Robin says that it reminds her of stars. Now, the stars are literally that étoile kind of feel. Luke is pointing out that it does have 2 different polishes. It does have the high polish. It does have this gorgeous matte feel. If you wanted to have your initial engraved in it, you could have your initial engraved here in this side. Beautiful little initial with all of these diamonds around the outside. And beautiful 14 karat yellow gold, very sophisticated, that gold signet look. And again, something that is a little bit more unusual because oftentimes signet rings do not have diamonds like this set into it. Jane said exactly what is or makes a signet ring. Jane, what a signet ring it really comes from being originally like a signature ring. A signet ring usually has either a family crest or initial on it. Oftentimes years ago, they used to use the signet rings that they used to put when they would send a letter off and they would stamp it with wax to make sure that it was sealed. That's a signet ring often did that. So signet rings have been around for literally centuries, and they've been used for many, many things, not only as an identifier, but as to show that you're a member of a particular British clan, or to put your initials in, to stamp into things. So it is a beautiful piece. And again, you don't have to do this. I mean, the ring is beautiful on its own with the two different kind of that matte finish here and then the sparkle of the diamonds. But you absolutely can do that if you want. Again, this is the most expensive piece in the show. It is $1,480. The item number here is 130265. It is a size 7, but if you wanted to have it sized, you could absolutely do so. Profile not too high, so it's going to be something that you could wear every day. I'm hoping that you're getting the sparkle that I can see right here. Well, thank you for joining me this evening. I think that I showed you some great pieces that'll really help you get through the doldrums of winter. Happy New Year. Join me next Thursday right here on Facebook Live for another show from Carroll's Jewelers. I think that hopefully you've been enjoying all of the information that you've been getting, and I hope you join me every single week. Thanks for joining me, and again, Happy New Year. Take care.